It's a horrible start. A horrible start at the top of the show. I'm going to tell you something. I came in with such enthusiasm and such excitement, and it's all for naught. You should have heard it moments ago when I was muted. It sounded a little something like this. Welcome to tonight's broadcast of At Home with James, live on Twitch. I am James, you are you. We are here for Friday, August 20th, 2021. And let's just get it right out of the way. Is it hot enough for you out there? I'll tell you what, before this show began, Dimitri, who's working the board tonight, said, how's your day? You have any fun? There's a beat of silence. I said, nope, zero fun today. And I started racking my brain. I must have done something fun. And time after time after time, I came up with nothing until I finally conceded to the fact that I ate a grilled cheese sandwich about an hour and a half ago. And that has been the funnest part of my day. And that, my friends, the viewers, the audience, the fan base, is where my heart slowly begins to bleed and break. Because when the most fun thing that you do in a day is slap some margarine, that's right, the poor man's butter, on a couple pieces of white bread, that's right, the poor man's multi-grain bread, and then you throw in a couple slices of Kraft Singles, that's right, the poor man's cheddar cheese, into a pan. You get it sizzling until it gets all ooey gooey, rich and chewy. When that is the most fun you've had all day, it's really time to reevaluate what it is that you're doing with your life. And then I thought to myself, James, you have to be kind to yourself on a day like this when it feels like 41 degrees. What fun could you be having? Would I be out swimming? Absolutely not. I can't swim. Would you be out having a nice little drive around the block? Of course not. I don't have my driver's license, nor have I ever driven in my life. Maybe you could be spending the evening on a terrace with a special person. X-nay on that, because I don't have one. And this is where you come in, the audience. This is how I'm going to finally have fun today. It's Friday. The week is over. Perhaps you've been working in an office or a factory, or you've been on Zoom, as current day employees like to do. And this is your entry point into the weekend. And if it is, from me to you, James to you, Lil Q to you, I say, welcome to the weekend. For I, you, we will be having fun together. We will use this show as a method to cool down. Look at me as a sprinkler. I'm going to spray a refreshing mist all over you. I want you to close your eyes, open your mouth, and use me as a sprinkler for tonight's festivities. And when we talk about tonight's festivities, why wait? Show started about 7 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. So when it comes to stalling, I've done just about as much as I intend and care to do. We are going to kick things off with an itsy bitsy panel tonight. So without any further ado, let's welcome our sizzling summer friends. It is Monika Schneider and Dimitri Kyres. Monika and Dimitri, welcome to tonight's program. Hot enough for you?
It's hot, baby, and I'm sweating.
All right, you're sweating, Monika. How are you doing? You look like you have a glow, a good glow.
I'm nice and cool in my neutral temp apartment.
Okay, now we've got some AC there. Neutral. Dimitri, you're currently in a room that has no air conditioning, and I can tell you're a little ornery right now.
Yeah, no, I have no AC. I'm not in the best mood, but I'm excited to talk about some stuff with you, James. Hopefully that'll put me in a better mood.
Now, Dimitri, you might be in a bit of a salty mood because before the show you overate. You ate 4 slices of stuffed crust frozen pizza. And I think it's given you the summer sweats. Monika, have you had dinner yet tonight?
I did. Yes.
Now, what did you have?
I made pad thai from scratch.
Okay.
Very good.
Now, see, that sounds like a lovely dinner, pad thai. You put yourself to work. Dimitri, you just threw a frozen pizza into the oven, and I think that stuffed crust is coming back to haunt you, young man.
I stuffed my crust with 4 slices of pizza, James, and I feel like a goddamn air balloon popping right now, and I'm
Now look at
sweaty.
you. You're over here, you're rubbing your eyes on screen, and then you look at the alternative. Monica's smiling, friendly, upbeat, and you're like a garbage bag floating in the river.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's got a tear in it, and condoms are coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's move on from that point because I'm thoroughly repulsed. We are here to talk about summer a little bit, which seems to be a recurring topic every couple weeks on this show, months, if I dare say so. Now, I, much like I did last Friday, did something that I don't often do. I put together and prepared a series of items to discuss. Now, when it comes to summer, happily, for me anyways, many other summer haters, there's not much time left in summer. So if we were to think and hypothesize on what your to-do list would be with the remaining time that you've got this summer, what would it be? Monika, you've got such little time left. What do you want to do with the remainder of your summer 2021?
I mean, it would be great to go to a cottage again, but I just got back from one, so I'm.
Look, you can go twice. You can add that to the list. Put it on the list.
I'd love it to be up at a lake would be awesome and just go swimming.
Okay. Now in your perfect vision, would you be going with friends, family, alone?
Family.
Okay, a nice familial outing. Okay, so we're putting that on the list. Dimitri, what about you? You've got such little time left.
Man, God, I'd go to a barbecue maybe with some friends and grill some vegetables and oh God, let's go buy another AC probably. We'll start with that. Go buy an AC,
Okay.
plug it
So
in.
you want to grill some vegetables and buy an air conditioner, Monika? Anything else you want to do with the time that you've got left in
Oh
summer?
my God. Oh, I'm sure there is. My God.
I'm putting you on the hot seat right now.
I'm thinking like I could do a few more mountain walks.
Okay.
And I know this is crazy, but I wanted to go to one of those kids' water parks with my goddaughter because she's little, and I haven't gotten to one yet. And
Okay, a splash pad, as parents say. Okay, so I thought it was going to remain weird until you added with, what was it, your niece or goddaughter? Which did you,
goddaughter.
yeah, if you had said, I just want to go to a splash pad and play with the kids, then I would have thought, okay, a little unusual. Dimitri, what about you? What ways do you want to cool off this summer?
Probably just take my shirt off. Go to
And that's on your to-do list, is remove your shirt.
just take my shirt. Probably just take my shirt off. Peel this thing off of me like a skin. Flay my shirt off of my body, and then go to the park probably, and just kind of lay maybe face down or back up in the community fountain.
All right, so really put yourself on display. You're painting quite a picture for us tonight, Dimitri. Any last items that you'd like to put on your summer to-do list? Maybe doesn't have to necessarily represent something that we would do in the summer. Maybe something you haven't done in a while that you'd like to do.
Have a Mr. Freeze.
Have a Mr. Freeze. Yeah, what flavor?
White.
A white Mr. Freeze. Okay, that's a nice flavor. I believe it's a cream soda.
That's not cream soda.
That's what they say it is.
No. It's not cream soda. That's like a coconut or
Well, some people say
ice cream
pina colada too.
or peanut. It's not those. Anyway.
All right, Monika, how about you? Anything you'd like to indulge in the summer? A snack, a treat?
I mean, I'm having visions of going to, as a child, Upper Canada Pioneer Village, where a lady in an old-timey dress had an old-timey ice cream maker, and we made. I'd love to just make ice cream.
Now this is interesting. So Monika, yours have been very nice and pleasant and wholesome. You're spending time with your family. You're taking your goddaughter to the park. You're going to Upper Canada Pioneer Village. Dimitri, you're just sitting in society without your shirt on.
I'm over summer. I can't sit here and talk about how great summer is when James, I'm fully fed up.
Dimitri, I get it. You're talking to the #1 anti-summer guy, but if I could put myself in a position to have fun tonight, I think you can too. And I think it starts by getting maybe a haircut. Let's move on to our next item of discussion. Okay. Now, I'm toying with this one because, you know, when it comes to music on this show, it sparks a lot of heated conversation from time to time. Your summer playlist, is there anything that you can't live without, Monika? When you think about the summer, what are you listening to, and why is it getting jiggy with it?
I mean, it's really a mix. I don't know why, but I'm really into I'm never really into whole albums, just like one-off songs.
Okay.
So except for a friend who lives down the street who has a few albums out, and I've just really enjoyed listening to them. So his name is Leif Volbeck, and he's got some really great, just so easy to listen to.
Now, did you say Leif Volbeck or Ballbeck?
Yeah. Volbeck with a V.
Okay, so we've got a shout out to Leif Volbeck. Dimitri, what are you listening to this summer? What's your summer anthem, or what have been some of your summer anthems?
Maybe In the Club, Steal My Sunshine. What's another good one?
I like that you use the words "another good one," implying that the first two were good.
Those are good songs. In the Club is a classic. Rock Lobster. Walking on Sunshine. That's a great tune.
Yeah.
Generally good tunes.
Jimmy, are you reading off of a website?
I don't have any summer tunes. I don't listen to music.
You're busted. You were reading off of a website.
I don't listen to any music in the summer, man. I don't own headphones. I don't own any earbuds. They get tangled in my shirt, and they get hot, so I lose them.
More reason to take your shirt off. Now, Monika, Dimitri mentioned a lot of, quote, classic summer tunes like Into Club and Steal My Sunshine. Are there any summer songs that you feel are just synonymous with the season, regardless of the genre, decade, time period?
Sweet Child of Mine. Sweet Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine. Yeah. Now, does that bring back certain memories of a bygone era, listening to Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine?
I mean, it's just a song I loved. That opening guitar, like, just gets me, like, pumped. Yeah.
One of, if not Guns N' Roses' only sweet songs. Very sweet and loving. Yeah. Now, let's move on to Dimitri, it looks like the humidity is expanding your hair and your head. I want to move on to something else. Now, we talked about very briefly a summer getaway, Monika. You talked about going to a chalet. You talked about, you put that on your to-do list. If you could go anywhere else in the summer, where would you go?
Wow. I mean, I'd love to go to New York.
Okay.
My sister and my nephew.
Now, do you think you would dare go to New York during the state of affairs right now with our old pal COVID?
I know, probably not. I'm not allowed. Like, my sister wouldn't let me because a friend she knows who was double vaxxed got COVID on a flight. So she's like,
okay, so don't do it. Okay, so this is a long-term getaway, going back to New York, a place that you're very familiar with. You lived there.
Yeah.
Now, Dimitri, how about you? What are some getaways that you'd like to experience?
4941 Notre Dame West.
You want to expand on that?
It's Depiner Beausoir. They got a really nice
we got a nice
freezer in the back.
Yeah.
And they let me go in there and stay as much time as I want. The guy's a great guy.
Now, Dimitri, did you look up that address online?
I hope so.
Yeah. I don't want to meet the guy who knows Depiners by address by heart. Now,
I don't go to Depiners, all right? I don't leave the goddamn house. It's too hot outside.
Well, you just said that. Whatever. Now, Monika, if you had to go somewhere, maybe in Quebec, you talked about, I can't go to New York. My sister has banned me from the state of New York. Where would you go?
I mean, Eastern Townships, lots of nice lakes.
Okay, see, very pleasant, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So many little towns too, like Sutton that I've driven through that looked just so quaint and nice, but I haven't really stopped and walked around. I think that'd be fun. Get a milkshake, look in a gallery, you know?
More wholesome fun. Now, yeah, drink up, Dimitri. Any places you'd like to go to outside of a dépanneur?
What?
Any places that you'd like to go to outside of a dépanneur?
God. The office.
You want to go into work?
The AC's incredible in there. It's the size of a casino.
All right, so
state of the art. And
to recap here, Monika wants to visit little areas in Quebec, explore the province, also wants to go to New York City. You, Dimitri, want to go to work?
Am I not answering your questions like proper? I don't understand.
As mentioned, all I'm doing is a recap here. Monika wants to visit the townships, go to New York City. You want to go to work and a dépanneur.
Sorry, I'm a little on the ornery side.
Look, don't worry about it whatsoever. I want to move on to our next item. Now, this one might get a little feisty here, Dimitri. This one might bring you alive. Our next item is summer lovin', right? Now, summer is a time for people to connect. The heart wants what it wants. People are easy, breezy, beautiful, cover girl, cover boys. People are looking their finest. Monika, let's say that you've got yourself a summer date. You want to take me through what that summer date looks like? Where are you going? What are you doing? Why, and why?
Oh my God. Summer date. Been a while.
Hey now.
Summer date. I don't even know.
I like that you almost took on like a bit of an inebriated character there. A lady in a bar. People are like, oh, who's that? Oh, anytime she has a couple cocktails, she starts talking about how it's been a while.
Well, let's see. I mean, if it depends on what number date. Too.
Okay.
You know, like
okay, so let's play around with this. I like this. Let's say it's the first date.
Right. First date, always short and sweet so I can get out fast.
Okay, interesting. Short and sweet so I can get out fast. Dating tips courtesy of Monika Schneider.
So probably coffee to go, maybe along the canal in St. Henry.
Okay.
You know, easy to go, meet and greet. And
I'll tell you what, I have done that exact date. I've done that exact date. There you go. And if things are bad, you jump into the water and swim away.
That's it. Exactly.
Dimitri, what about you? First date in the summer. What are the plans?
Same as the number one question. I go to the fountain, I take my shirt off, and honestly, if anybody likes what they see, we try to take it from there. But honestly, I'm not really looking for love right now, James.
Okay, so to recap, your first date would be you go to a park, you take off your shirt, you lay in a sprinkler or a fountain, and if someone likes what they see, they can just start talking to you. That's your first one.
It's a lot of energy. Can you imagine trying to get down and dirty in this kind of heat? You could kill yourself. It's
nobody said anything. No, but nobody said anything about getting down and dirty.
What else are you doing on the first date?
Well, let's move on. Monika, I want to expand on this. Okay, things have gone well. You've gone on another date. What happens on the third date? What happens? Summer lovin'. Third date.
Did you say third?
Third date.
Third date.
You guys don't kiss on the first date?
Dimitri, we're gonna hold on. Yeah, we're getting a production. We're gonna ask for you to take your turn.
Wait, is it me? Am I still on third?
Still
date?
you, yeah. Dimitri,
of
course, yeah.
Okay, third date. Let's see. I think it'd be nice to go for dinner on a patio outside.
Okay.
Assuming I'm on a third, I want it to be longer. Probably get some wine, chat a bit, maybe go for a walk, get some ice cream after.
Okay, now can I ask you what's the restaurant?
That's a good question. Maybe I've got to say I'm a big fan of the back pizza garden of Elena in St. Henry.
Okay, so a lot of your dates up to this point have taken place in St. Henry. So I've been saying for ages, St. Henry, the #1 neighborhood in Montreal, apparently the most romantic.
I mean, I think I really like it too because I live in the plateau and I love it, but it's been really fun to kind of go somewhere because I don't go to St. Henry a lot. So it's been a nice little within the city, other quartier to go to and just enjoy having a fresh, surrounding.
Look, I absolutely love that answer. Dimitri, you're a local to St. Henry. Let's say that you're on a third date. It's summertime. The loving is fine. What are your plans?
My location is also St. Henry, and I choose the canal. And one of the ways I like to stay cool is by getting on the back of one of the swans and or boat vehicles that are inside the canal.
Now, do you just say vehicle or vehicle?
Vehicle. And I'm on the back of it, and I'm basically dragging from the back because both my hands are kind of locked in there, and I drag my body off the back of the boat.
Now, is the person you're on the date with, are they in the boat?
Yeah, the couple are in the boat.
Wait, you're on a date with a couple?
I'm on a date with them, and they're on a date with me. And I'm dragging from the back of the boat.
Sounds more like you just jumped onto the back of their boat than it does a date.
I don't understand. Am I not answering your questions properly? I feel like I'm not answering your questions properly.
Well, you might want to chase that feeling a little bit more. Now, Monika, as we begin to wind down things here a little bit, can I ask you, are you one to call yourself a summer person?
I'm a woman of all seasons, James. I love them all.
A woman of all seasons. Now,
right.
if you don't have a business card,
that's
you've got something to. So, a woman of all seasons.
Yeah,
now,
I love them all. Like I really do. I'm a little more. I might hint towards fall as a favorite, but I do enjoy each season.
Now, this is the thing. I feel like most people, they say that summer is their favorite, but for a favorite season, these people still do a lot of complaining about it, where I think that universally everyone would select fall over the summer.
I agree.
I admire your positivity to call yourself a woman of all seasons. I could never call myself a man of all seasons, as I only really like kind of one, maybe two. Dimitri, would you call yourself a summer boy?
No, I wouldn't. No. Do I look like a summer boy to you, James?
Well, there's something that's been sent to us in our production chat. This one came from Devin. He says it's hot because Dimitri is on the barbecue, and that's a classic Devin joke, right? Because your background's that's probably why you're toasty. We're getting another production note from Devin here. He writes, he, which is interesting because he writes like Michael Jackson laughs.
So I have a question to Devin.
Sure, yeah.
Dimitri's on the barbecue. Is he either a very tiny man, the size of a cob of corn, or is all the things on the barbecue extra large?
Okay, so we're gonna wait for Devin to answer this one. Dimitri, what do you think about this? You're getting roasted in more ways than one.
Am I hallucinating right now?
Devin has answered. He has written, "Oh, Dimitri is a tiny man, all right. He."
You listen to me, Devin, wherever the fuck you are, all right? I'm gonna come after you, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take you down to the canal. I'm gonna drag you from the back of a swan, all right, Devin?
Now, are you on the date in this scenario, and he's part of the tag along?
I'm also in the water with Devin, and I'm dragging him while I'm in the water, and there's still a couple in the swan boat with us.
Wow. Okay. Well.
Listen up, James. I'm taking over the show.
Well, you're already the.
I'm taking over the show.
You're already the tech for tonight's show.
I'm assuming control.
Well, all right. Well, Monika, as we begin to wind down here, any final words for people that might be struggling, much as our young friend Dimitri is tonight? And look, I sympathize. I'm also having a hard time in this heat. You're Monika, notorious for being the nicest person to ever grace this show.
Monika, you're not hot right now?
I'm not. Well, I've got pretty good cooling system here. So
Can I
yeah.
borrow it?
Yes.
See, that's why you're the nicest person on this show, Monika. As mentioned, any words of encouragement for whether it's Dimitri or anybody else having a tough time in this weather?
Think cool thoughts, guys.
Think cool thoughts. All right. Well, Dimitri, how about you? Any words for any of your fellow hot boys?
It doesn't get better. If you need a way out, you know which one I'm talking about.
Which one are you talking about?
The St. Henry Canal. Get on the back of a swan boat and drag yourself. Or the fountain at Georges Etienne Park. It's always vacant. and the school is far enough away.
Well, that feels like a good place to end this. Dimitri, thanks so much. Stay breezy. Monika, always such a treat to have you on the show. Thank you for being part of our summertime panel this evening.
Thank you, James.
Hey,
The
thanks a
pleasure
lot,
is
James.
all mine. That is Dimitri Kyres and Monika Schneider. Folks, if you're going to Georges Etienne Park and you notice a shirtless man face down in a fountain, you don't have to wonder who it is or what is going on. It's Dimitri Kyres, and that is his call to the wild. One of his ways of arousal, if you will. I think he probably picked that one up reading his copy of the game. I need to mention something that I noticed in the chat. Now, this is not something that we see too often anymore. We've really leveled out here on At Home live on Twitch. But I noticed a name in the chat that I've never noticed before. Prisma Illumina. And I'm going to tell you something. That's a spooky username. There's something about that that feels real Halloween-y. Prisma Illumina. I don't know who you are, where you're from, if you're a bot, if you are real. You've sent in an emoji. I don't know what it is. What is that, a bowl of soup? All I know is I'm a little worried. Folks, we are going to be back this coming Monday. We had this past Monday off. We will be back on the airwaves this coming Monday. But I have to break some bad news to you. This Wednesday, there will be no show. This might be the first time that I have ever preemptively announced that there is no broadcast. Why is there no show this Wednesday? I will tell you why. Because I will be moving from in front of the camera, shockingly, to in front of an audience. I will be hosting the Big Book of Improv and other various scenes live at 7 p.m. at the Diving Bell Social Club, a production in collaboration, Variations Mile End, and Commotion Theater, a night of young and up-and-coming improv students. They took classes. They didn't know nothing from nothing. Now they know everything that there is to know. That show, as well as two other shows, including one hosted by Dimitri Kyres and Jason Grimmer. That is this coming Wednesday, a night of comedy at the Diving Bell Social Club. You hear that? You can't, but I can. That's the residual checks of my promotion coming in. I said, you want me to advertise these shows? I need the big bucks. And that's why I'm going to receive an e-transfer for $12 in my bank account a little bit later on. We are going to welcome back, as we have all week long, a variety of returns to the show, and I couldn't be more excited for this upcoming return. He's been here a multitude of times. If you don't know him, he is someone that I admire. He is someone of great principle, great belief. He does whatever he can to keep the streets of Montreal safe, but not just the streets, the underground city of Montreal safe. When I say the underground city, I mean the tunnels, the malls, but specifically our metro system, whether it's the orange, blue, green, or the fabled yellow line. This man and his group of guardians does everything in their power to make sure that you have a safe and comfortable moment of transit. Let us welcome, he is the leader of the Montreal chapter of the Guardian Angels. Here he is, Mike D'Amico. Mike, welcome back to the show, buddy. How's it going?
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Dollar, dollar. Sorry, one of my colleagues had his boombox on. How you doing, James?
Oh, so you guys are having a good time over there tonight. I'm doing very well.
I don't know about good time. We're having an honest time.
Okay, that's all. I like the sound of that an awful lot. I'd like to think that I'm having an honest time here tonight too. I had one guest earlier's. I don't know if I'd classify what he's doing as fun though. If you see somebody face down in a fountain, just know that take a bit of mercy on him.
I've seen 5 people face down in a fountain tonight alone. You know, it's a pretty hot night.
Well, yeah, I was going to mention that. So, Mike, you're wearing a leather coat.
Yeah, it's air conditioned though.
The coat is air conditioned?
Yeah, I got a system jerry-rigged into the coat. It blasts cold air.
So not only are you industrious in the way that you keep people safe, you're able to maintain your look and your style and essentially your outfit while staying cool.
Yeah, that's right. This coat cost me $1,500.
That's a pretty good deal for an air-conditioned coat.
It's pretty good, right? Yeah, I got it off a guy I know. The only problem is it drips.
Oh, okay. So you need one of those drip plates to try to keep the mess inside than out.
Yeah, sometimes it makes my pants soggy.
Well, you don't want that, right? That might take away from some of your stature, I would say, on the street if you got soggy.
It has before, you know. It has.
Well, now,
anyway, I didn't come here to talk about my coat.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, Mike. For people that don't know, can you tell us a little bit about the Guardian Angels and what they stand for?
We're a society of concerned citizens, and we take it upon ourselves to keep the city safe at night. Normally in the metro, not the grocery store metro, but more of the subway, but not the sandwich shop subway. Mm-hmm. This is the place where you go to get around town, you know, with carts and such.
Well, that's exactly why you're here tonight. Things have been a little unruly from time to time. Every time you've been here, there's been a protest or some type of rally of some type. How have things been going?
I picked quite a year to move to Montreal.
Right. Well, look, I'll tell you what, we need people like you helping out.
Oh, I appreciate that, James. Thank you very much. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going to let you on the metro just like that.
Well, I mean, look, I'm a pretty mild-mannered guy. I think you'd feel nothing but comfortable letting me on the metro.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't be physically threatened. That's for
sure. All right. Well, I'm curious to know, have you found any trouble along the way? There was an anti-vaccine passport rally just this past weekend. Were you and the other Guardians there making sure that things remained orderly?
Well, yeah, we were making sure things remained orderly, and in fact, we didn't let any of those people travel to the rally via the metro because we've implemented a vaccine passport for the metro. So we're sort of we scan people as they get on the metro, and it's kind of like airport security.
Oh, see, now I wasn't aware that the government's vaccine passport extended to the metro as well.
Well, we've taken it upon ourselves to make sure that the metro is safe.
Now hold on.
That's right, boys.
You've taken it on yourself. What do you mean you have?
Well, we took an executive vote of the Guardian Angels, and we instituted a vaccine passport for the metro. So you got to show us.
So you have your own vaccine passport that you're going to be scanning that's unaffiliated to the one that the government is introducing?
Well, we use the government one, but we make sure people get out their QR codes, and we have little apps on our phones. And
so basically you're enforcing the QR code in the metro, although the government has not mandated that. You're forcing it.
Yeah. Was that not clear?
Well, it is now. I'm just wondering, are you worried about how much? What's that now?
Are you dim?
Huh?
Okay.
Now, do you foresee any difficulty in trying to uphold the passports of people getting on the metro, right? That might cause a bit of a stir.
So far, so good. You know, sure, the lines are a little bit longer, but, you know, the airport can do it. We can do it. We recommended, we got COVID sniffing dogs.
Well, you've got dogs as part of the Guardian Angels now?
Yeah, Guardian Angel dogs.
No, they're
like CNI dogs, but trained different.
They're like seeing eye dogs, but trained different.
Hey, you sure you're not dim?
Dim? Now, Mike, do the dogs wear berets too?
Yeah, our dogs have berets.
All right. Well, how do you keep the berets on the dogs?
We have a little strap.
Do the dogs like that?
Well, we put a little peanut butter on the strap.
So they're more apt to keep the berets on because there's peanut butter around
Yeah,
their
they're
chin.
distracted. They lick the strap and
I'm like,
they don't mind the hat.
No, this is all this news.
Right, boys?
Now, all this news is really taking me aback a little bit, right? You're talking about enforcing the QR code in the metro. You've got dogs. Mike, I got to tell you something.
What?
I love it. I think
thanks,
that's an
man.
absolutely great idea. I think not only are you keeping the streets safe, but you're keeping the metro safe too in a very creative and innovative way.
Well, look, if you want to apply to be a guardian angel, you can, but I got to warn you, there's an IQ test.
An IQ test.
Yeah.
You think that I could be a guardian angel? I've never really,
Well, with the caveat that you got to pass this test.
Test?
Look, I don't want to make fun of you or anything. That's not what this is about.
Now, I want to continue on with the topic that we've got at hand here, Mike. Has anyone kind of given you or any of the other guardians, or in fact the dogs, a bit of a hard time since you've been enforcing this code?
Well, people get angry, well, just like anywhere else. People get mad when you pour out their water bottles. You make them take their shoes off before they get on the metro.
You make people throw out their water bottles and take their shoes off? So this you're really doing this kind of like airport security.
Yeah, it's a little bit like airport security,
Yeah, can you help me understand why you're forcing people to take off their shoes?
Well, you never know where COVID's going to sneak in.
And the water bottles?
COVID.
Mike,
why do they do it at the airport, James?
Mike, I got to tell you something. You're telling me this stuff, and I'm blown away.
Yeah,
I think it's a great initiative. I'm
just happy to be expanding your mind, James.
Yeah.
Wait, hey, why do they make you empty those water bottles at the airport?
Yeah, I've always wondered the same thing myself. What are you drinking there, Mike?
Grolsch.
Oh, you're having a beer tonight.
Yes. It's oral disinfectant, I like to call it.
Oh. All right. Well, Mike, you talked about
kills COVID.
Oh, does it?
I think.
I might have to start drinking. Now, Mike, you mentioned that some people, when you're scanning their code, they yell and swear at you. What are some things that you've been hearing pretty commonly? There must be a thread.
Well, some of the words, I don't want to say all these curse words on the show.
Well, maybe you could just say the letter in them. So the first letter, right? So if someone called you an MFer, everyone would know what you're referring to.
Sure. I've been called a C,
Right?
I've been called a B a lot.
Yeah.
I'm called a lot of A's.
A's? Okay. You mean the AH or A with the other two letters?
Both of those start with the same word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, both.
Okay.
I've been called a couple of Q's,
Q?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
I've been called a G.
What else?
Well, I've been called all sorts of stuff, I've been called a T a few times.
A T?
Yeah. I've been called an IH.
An IH?
I've been called a JQ.
Mm-hmm.
Been called a Jew. You all right, James? You asked me what I was called. There's these people that are unbelievable,
It really makes me sick. The people in this city sometimes.
I know. Unbelievable.
Yeah. The lengths that people will go to hurt someone's feelings, right? It's not like we've already got it bad enough.
It's been a tough year for everybody.
Now, coming in from the chat right now, courtesy of our friend Real Sid Rock, he's probably asking if you've ever been called this. He's writing in the chat, all caps beta.
Who?
That this Real Sid Rock. I assume he's asking, have you ever been called that?
Oh yeah, I've been called. I said at the beginning I was called the B.
Oh, that was the B you were referring to.
Yeah, that was the B.
Wow. Okay, so you must be getting a lot of, and I'm sure that you're probably also on the hunt for more people to join the Guardians, because there's going to be a lot of these codes that are going to need to be scanned in order to get on the train.
Yeah, we're recruiting heavy. We had 1,000 applications this morning.
Well, and I understand that's another reason you're here tonight. You're here to basically pitch to our audience if anyone wants to join the Guardians. Mike, take it away. Take it away, Mike.
That's right. Look, if you're a citizen of Montreal, or not, you don't have to be a citizen. If you're just a concerned person in the city and you are tired of going on the metro at night and being scared of getting COVID, scared of getting mugged, scared of your shadow, it doesn't matter what you're scared of. Maybe you want to get on the metro next time with a little bit of extra muscle. Maybe you want to get on the metro knowing that if you're messed with, that means that all of us are messed with. And if that's so, then call me up at 1-800-GA.
Everything okay there, Mike?
Yeah, 1-800-GA.
All right. Well, Mike, we've still got you for a bit more time. So I'm curious to know, again, you're notorious for keeping the peace at a variety of protests, rallies, large gatherings. I'm curious to know if you've heard about this upcoming vape protest in Montreal.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be cracking some heads there.
Okay. Well, I mean,
we don't use weapons or anything like that, but metaphorically cracking some heads.
And for people who don't know what we're talking about, in just a short matter of time, there's going to be a march in Montreal against the banning of vape flavors.
Yeah. James, you vape?
No, I've never vaped in my life.
Oh, come on, James.
I haven't.
Please, James, come on. It's just us.
Mike, I'm telling you the truth. You think I look like a guy that vapes?
You look like, look how you're holding that pen right now.
I'm holding it like a pen. What do you mean?
Yeah, look how natural you are with your hand holding that thing.
So you think
that was a vape?
And you think because I'm a natural at holding a pen, I'd be an effective vapor?
I think you'd be a great vapor, James.
All right. Well, that's very nice of you to say. What's your
Try vaping it? Can you vape the pen for a second?
Can I vape the pen? What is this vaping? How do people do it? Like this? Is it like that? Is that how you vape, Mike? You've probably seen vapors in your day.
Put it in your mouth. There you go. Look at that. Now exhale. Oh, that was good.
Awesome. Well, okay.
Just like the real thing.
Maybe I can add that to my little comedy routine.
Oh, you got a comedy routine? You a comedian?
In some ways, yeah. Yeah, this is a comedy show.
I wouldn't have put that on you.
This is a comedy show, Mike.
This?
Yeah. What did you think this was?
I thought it was a right-wing radio show.
You thought this was a what? I've never said anything terribly right or left wing on this show.
Okay, my mistake.
All right. Well, let me ask you, where do you stand on the position of vape flavors being banned? Do you have a position on that?
Well, I think some flavors should be banned.
Such as?
Pineapple.
Why is
strawberry.
That? Mm-hmm.
Macadamia nut. Cherry. Coconut. Strawberry.
Well, don't you think it's a slippery slope that if you start banning some, it'll create an argument about why those and not the others? Yeah, drink up.
Maybe.
You don't think it's a slippery slope of once you start allowing some vape flavors, but not all?
I haven't thought about it like that.
Shouldn't it be the vapor's choice as to what they put in their vape? So, it sets quite a precedent.
You know what, James? You're right. You know what? We're not going to go there and crack heads. We're going to go there and protest.
Wait, you're going to be joining the protest?
We're going to be
for the
joining
first
the
time ever?
protest.
The Angels are going to be joining a protest?
Well, you're going to keep things safe,
Sure.
Right, boys? But yeah, we're going to join the protest.
Now, Mike, as we begin to wind down, I got to ask you, this is the third time that you've referred to the Guardians, and you said, right, boys? I haven't heard a peep.
Well, they're trained to be silent.
The Guardians are trained to be silent? That's very interesting.
Besides, every Guardian troop has a leader, and the rest are silent.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are good enough as a silent guy, then you can become a leader of your own sub-troop.
Okay, I understand. Well, Mike, look, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you. We like to talk about the lighter side of things. Summer's, there's still a bit of time left in the summer. Do you have anything on your summer to-do list?
I'm going, I got to get some more coolant for my jacket.
Okay.
I got to call a guy for that. It's kind of a thing.
Sure.
And I'm going on vacation.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Florida.
You're going to Florida. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm going to Disney World.
Oh, very cool, right? I think it's probably appropriate after all the hard work that you do to keep the streets safe. You deserve a bit of fun.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Now we still got you for a couple more moments. What would your first summer date look like, Mike? Do you have time to date?
Like with a lady or a guy?
Lady, guy, whatever you like.
That's a good question. I would probably take her on the metro. Then my boys, will come up every so often and maybe give her a compliment.
So you're going to take your date on the metro, and then the other Guardians will walk up periodically and compliment her?
Yeah, but they'll pretend like they don't know me. So it's like, oh, you must be popular around here.
Right, but they're giving her the compliment. I believe that's what you said.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to hit on my date.
Yeah, that's the part that, yeah. So they hit on your date and they think you're popular.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but
Mike,
then afterwards, we all get together. We laugh at the whole thing.
Oh, so you then tell the date that you're all part of the same vigilante?
No,
group?
without her afterwards.
Oh,
presumably it doesn't go well, and I hang out with the boys at the end of the night.
Got it. Okay. Well, look, it's kind of like a win-win, right? Either you're spending your night with a lovely lady or your Guardians.
Yeah, exactly. My boys, right, boys?
Mike, look, I want to thank you so much for being here. I always feel like we're able to learn a lot more than we did before. Any final words for the people watching tonight?
Stay safe. Don't forget your passport whenever you're traveling, and bring a neck pillow.
All right. Well, Mike D'Amico of the Montreal chapter of the Guardians Angels, thanks so much for being here, and have a good weekend, okay?
Ta.
Wasn't expecting him to say ta-ta. Anyways, folks, that is our show tonight. It's not often when I might be one of the most normal people on the show, but there you have it. And even when I say that, I think Monika out-normaled me in every imaginable way. I want to thank Monika, Schneider, Dimitri, Kyres, and Mike D'Amico of the Guardian Angels for being here. We will be back this coming Monday. When? 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Where? Twitch.tv/@home-with-James. Who? Well, it'll be me and a variety of guests. Who's going to be here for sure? Well, Dave Kaufman. Haven't seen him in a while. In addition to that, so much more. Thanks for tuning in. Stay cool this weekend. Stay out of that hot, humid rain. And until then, I'm James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.